Hello and welcome to the Team of the Week 22 predictions. Now apologies the video is up late and apologies for not having an episode available last week. It was safe to say that if you are a regular viewer of the channel, I was in no fit condition last week to do any Team of the Week predictions, but it didn't really feel like I missed out on anything. And I'm not going to lie, it doesn't really feel like I've been missing out on much this week either. It's not looking like the greatest Team of the Weeks in the world. There's one player who you might see on the front of the screen right now that's really going to be pushing it to be an alright Team of the Week if he is in there. So without further ado, if you are new to the channel, do leave a like and a subscription. As always, tell me in the comments below who you think should be in the Team of the Week predictions. I always miss someone out, so tell me in the comments who I've missed out this time. So we start with the goalkeepers. We've got 3 of them on the screen right now. We start with SCHWOLOW, who I'm pretty sure was in a couple of weeks ago. He made 6 saves, got a clean sheet and a man of the match in a 1-0 win versus Hoffenheim. We've got Rully. He made 5 saves and a clean sheet in a 1-0 win versus St Etienne. I'm not going to lie, looks like an alright card to be honest. Argentinian goalkeeper, not really a great deal of amazing Argentinian goalkeepers on the game. And finally, we've got Mattia Perrin in terms of the goalkeepers. He made 4 saves, got a clean sheet and man of the match in a 1-0 win versus Cagliari. Now, as far as I'm aware, there is another goalkeeper out there that made 13 saves. I think it was in the Bundesliga or the Bundesliga 2, but I've got a feeling, by some strange reason, EA won't put him in because he's not a pack seller. But I don't really think there's going to be many amazing plays out in packs. I think it's winter upgrades next and the one to watchers, so safe to say it's not going to be the most amazing promo in the world. We move on to the defenders. We start off with Denzel Dumfries. Now, I'm not going to lie, I haven't changed his card over from his Europa League, just kept the stats the same. He got himself 1 goal and a clean sheet in a 3-0 win. I think he's probably going to get that card, and it'll be pretty similar stats-wise to his Europa League road to the final card. We've got Ziku. I'm pretty sure he's been in my Team of the Week predictions before. He got himself a goal and a clean sheet in a 3-0 win versus Rennes for Strasbourg, I believe. Fantastic card. He looks like really cheap, a decent French looking centre back on the game. And finally, for the defenders on this screen, I've got ST De Vrij. Now, very tricky choice. AC Milan lost 4-2 to Inter Milan after going 2-0 up. Incredible scenes in such an incredible match. It could be De Vrij for his goal. It could be Vecino, he got a goal. It could be Brozovic, he got a goal. So it really could be any of those plays. But I've gone with Stefan De Vrij in my predictions this week. We move on to Timothy Chandler. He got himself 2 goals in a 5-0 win versus Augsburg. I don't think he's going to get in. A lot of people aren't predicting him. I do think it will be another player, which I'll talk about a little bit later on, but a fantastic victory for Eintracht Frankfurt, who've really kicked on in the Bundesliga this season after their winter break. We've got Koke. He got himself an assist in a 1-0 win. Clutching at straws with this one, to be honest. He would be a position change from a right mid to a cam, but there's not really a great deal of midfielders that have put in fantastic performances this week, so Koke's in there. And talking about players that didn't really put the most amazing performances in the world, I've put Isco in this week. He got himself a goal in a 4-1 win against Osasuna. Now, once again, there's a whole host of players that could get in. It could be Sergio Ramos, he scored. It could be Casemiro for a second in form. I've gone for Isco for this one because he hasn't had a special card yet. So I feel like EA maybe give him the benefit of the doubt and give him the inform over anybody else. But if they want to boost the Team of the Week up, it might be a Ramos or a Casemiro second in form. Now we move on to 3 not amazing midfielders, to be honest. One that looks alright, if he got a couple more informs, is Fry. He got himself a hat-trick in a 4-0 win versus Zurich. Looks like a decent card if he got a couple more informs here and there. We've got Didavi. He got himself 2 goals in a 3-0 win for Stuttgart. Now, they got relegated last season, so he would be in the Bundesliga 2, but he's known for having pretty decent long shots, and of course he's German, so he's easy to link up if you do want to get him into one of your sides. And finally on this page, we've got Diaz. He got himself a 1 goal in a 1-0 win for Racing Club. Not the greatest of cards in the world, but as I said, there's a real lack of midfielder options this week. In terms of winger options, certainly not sure. Before we go on to the wingers, we have got ASAMOAH. He's a weird one. He got a hat-trick, but he was sent off in the same game. Now, technically, it has happened before. I believe there was a player a couple of years ago that got a hat-trick and was sent off. I'm pretty sure it was in La Liga or Serie A, if I'm correct off the top of my head, but somebody did get an inform for it before, so I do think he might get in. He's got a pretty decent chance of getting into the side. We've got Sebastian Quaison. He got himself a hat-trick in a 3-1 win for Berlin, for Mainz against Hertha Berlin. Cracking card, cracking player. He's been really doing well in the Bundesliga. Keeping Mainz up, of course. They are struggling right now in the Bundesliga, fighting for survival. He looks like a pretty decent player, pretty decent card, and he'll be relatively cheap because when you look at the card, he's not going to be the greatest left mid in the world, but for a decent kind of discard inform, he's not too bad. We move on to Dimitri Payet. He got himself a goal and man of the match in a 2-0 win versus Saint Etienne. This was a midweek game, so maybe he won't get the card because it was midweek, but he would be a left wing card, not a cam, so in the respect of things, not the greatest position-wise, but he would be a second inform and one of the higher-rated cards in this week's Team of the Week. Now, we couldn't miss out this guy, TEIXEIRA. He got himself 2 goals and 2 assists in a 7-0 win for Vitória Guimarães. Now, it could be also Marcus Edwards, the English midfielder playing in the Portuguese league. He also got 2 goals and 2 assists in the same game. But I would say we will definitely see one of the Vitória players in this Team of the Week, and I've gone for TEIXEIRA to be that player. Now, the other player that I was talking about that wasn't Timothy Chandler from the Frankfurt game is Kostic. He has been on some ridiculous form this season in the Bundesliga. He got himself 2 goals and 2 assists in that 5-0 victory. Now, it's safe to say I think that Kostic will get in there. It's a very heavy Bundesliga league side this week, but he looks like a pretty decent card. He'd be a second in form, and he's very, very likely to get a team of the season. So the more informs he gets, the more ridiculous that card is going to be, because if he gets an inform or two, he's going to be in the Hullet gang, which is absolutely crazy for a left midfielder, but we should probably see him in the Team of the Week. And talking about somebody we should also see in Team of the Week as well, Kevin Volland. He got himself 2 goals in a 4-3 victory against Dortmund, one of the standout games of the weekend in world football. It was an absolutely crazy game. There could have been more goals, and Kevin Volland stepped up to the plate and got 2 goals for Leverkusen. A massive, massive 3 points in the title race for the Bundesliga. We finally move on as well to the last 3 players on this page. Of course, we've got Messi on the right, but we'll talk about MOLINA on the left first. He got himself 2 goals in a 3-0 win versus Valencia. Getafe have been on fire right now. They've been absolutely ridiculous in La Liga. He's been one of the reasons why they are 3rd right now, and a massive, massive victory against Valencia, that is indeed. We've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the middle. He got himself a goal and an assist in a 3-1 win versus Palace. It would be a second in form. It could be Bernard, he scored. It could be Richarlison. Richarlison's not had a special card yet. Bernard has, and Calvert-Lewin has. So maybe it will be Richarlison. But in this situation, I've gone for Calvert-Lewin for that 1 goal and 1 assist. He'd be a pretty decent card, I'm not going to lie. Great stats across the board. And finally, talking about someone who's got great stats across the board, Lionel Messi. He got himself 3 assists in a 3-2 win versus Real Betis. Now, both teams went down to 10 men pretty late on in the game. Longley scored, he got sent off. Fekir scored, he got sent off as well. But Messi, 3 assists. I do think they'll put him into the Team of the Week just to boost up what is a pretty poor Team of the Week in general. No one really to scream and shout about in the respect of things. So that is the Team of the Week 22 predictions. Now, of course, as you will know, the Premier League is on a winter break, so expect it to be pretty poor over these next weeks as the Premier League looks to come back. Of course, we do have the Champions League coming up as well, but they don't count towards Team of the Week. So if you are new, as always, do leave a like and a subscription. We do Team of the Week predictions every single Monday. We've got the Wrestling Podcast on a Tuesday, the Top Corner Podcast on a Wednesday, we've got the NFL Corner on a Thursday, and starting soon, we'll have Sports Day on a Friday. So lots of content throughout the week. Don't miss out on it. And of course, tell me in the comments below who you'd like to see in this Team of the Week. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you again soon. Goodbye.